Welcome, it's denome. What you're currently looking at is the total market cap of crypto minus Bitcoin and stablecoins. And what you can see on the chart is a massive crash in crypto asset prices. Practically a 1 day move from here to the bottom was a crash in crypto of 31%. And a lot of people got liquidated. Actually, this was the largest liquidation event in crypto history so far. A lot of people lost money in this, including myself. And in this video, we will investigate what actually caused this market crash here and if it was done by a company called Wintermute. Because Wintermute, it is a market maker company. And right now there's FUD going on X if Wintermute was actually the company behind this market crash, or was it actually the macro events, the tariffs, the scare of the traditional finance that simply spilled over to crypto? Anyway, let's actually get started with the investigation. First off, let's play out the ground. What is the FUD against Wintermute? So here is Marty Party, a user on X, who said on February 3rd, when everything was going down, that Wintermute, a lot of money was going from Binance and Coinbase wallets to Wintermute, which is the market maker. You can see 1 million here, 5 million, 1 million, 1 million, 1 million, 5 million, 5 million, 7 million, 6 million, 1 million, 4 million, and so on and so forth. So hundreds of millions of dollars were transferred from Binance hot wallets to Wintermute wallets, which is the market maker during this crash here. So Marty Party is making the case that this is market manipulation, and all these moves is for the Wintermute company to force liquidations so that they can snatch the crypto at a lower price from crypto traders who get liquidated in this crash and who panic sell this crash here. That is the case here. There's a lot of posts flowing now on X. For example, here is CoinGlass, which we have used to do analysis. And they have been complaining against Bybit, they have been complaining against Binance that they have restricted their liquidation data since 2021. And now they are calling that Binance has to now disclose all liquidation data because Binance has restricted their liquidation data here, and that is basically causing blockchain and crypto to be not transparent, which goes against the foundations, the core values of blockchain and crypto. This is not the case. This is simply a plea for Binance to do this because these kind of liquidation events obviously piss people off because people lose money in these liquidations. So CoinGlass is basically in on the FUD here. Then Marty Party is again showing a lot of money flowing from hot wallets, basically Solana being transferred, Ethereum being transferred from Binance hot wallets to different market makers. Here you can see another post. This had 3,000 likes as well. And then you can see before altcoins crashed, Binance said more than $100 million worth of coins to Wintermute to force the capitulation event. $8 billion has been liquidated according to a user called Butcher here. Again, they are citing this Arkham Intelligence screenshot here. And if we actually go to Arkham, what we can first get a clue for is how does this actually look like on a normal day. So on a normal day, you can go to this, once you create an account here, you can actually take a look at it yourself. So what you can see here is on a normal day like today, we are seeing a lot of money flowing from Binance into Wintermute. Actually, we're seeing higher numbers now than we saw during the crash when Marty Party actually shared the screenshot. So here you can see $11 million, $10 million, $7 million, $5 million. So a lot of money is going from hot wallets into Wintermute on a normal day. So let me just refresh this view here so we can get a fresh look at it. Again, you can see more money is flowing from hot wallets into Wintermute. This dashboard here does not tell us when the money is flowing from Wintermute back into Binance. It simply shows the transactions one way. So all in all, we can say on a normal day, this is what we can look for. So when you see Marty Party sharing this screenshot here, you can see these numbers are way lower during this time than they are just when I'm making this video on a random time, right? So this screenshot is practically speaking very misleading from my point of view, because this was not to show us that a liquidation event is about to happen. Also, when we take a look at the timestamp here, 2:04 a.m., and we go to the chart, what was the time when this actually happened? Let me go back to the 1 hour chart here. So February 3 at 2 a.m. That is right about here. So at the bottom of the market, Mari Party actually shared the information with us. So that was pretty much useless information there, because all of the crashing was already done when that screenshot was shared. So overall, I can say that the information we got here is practically useless, because first of all, it came in late, and second of all, these numbers are actually lower than just on a normal day like today. So anyway, that's the first clue there. Next, we did see one user here called Austin, or $UFD. He actually shared this screenshot of Wintermute team going to jail in 2025. And there's a 97% chance. Well, take a look at the, it says that this betting market is on Polymarket. Well, let's actually go to Polymarket and search for it. You can see I already tried to search Wintermute on Polymarket, and there's nothing here. Jail. If you search anything here, you cannot find this betting market at all. End of results. So that means that this screenshot as well, which had 114 likes, this is simply false as well. So what we can again take from this is that there's a lot of FUD going around, but it's practically all false. So what happened afterwards is Mari Party is sharing even more information here, saying that Wintermute is now sending back all the Solana to Binance after buying it back lower on their manufactured dip. They sell assets for lower prices, dump the price, buy it back at a low, and then send back the assets when they snatch it up at a cheaper price. So anyway, that's the claim here. But there's not really any evidence, because these transactions that we see here, they happen all the time. So right now, you probably have some questions in your head. What does this all mean? What is a market maker and how do they work? Well, market makers, how they make money is that they buy an asset on an exchange and they sell it on another exchange, and they basically profit from the margins. So there's a spread between asset prices at all times between DeFi, CeFi, and different platforms on all of these different blockchains and everywhere. So market makers use the opportunity when there's a lot of volatility in the market, because when there's volatility, that means that the asset prices on different exchanges also change rapidly, and you can basically make the money between the spread. A lot of bots do these transactions, obviously, but Wintermute is trying to make the markets as efficient as possible by keeping the price consistent between different platforms. They make money between, but us users actually benefit from Wintermute. So now what happened after all of this FUD is floating around on X is the CEO of Wintermute actually came in and explained the situation. Now, this is a lengthy post here, but I'm going to go through all of it with you so you can actually understand what's going on here. So he said it's been fun on Twitter for the last few days with all of this FUD going on. And let's go and read all of these individual tweets. And again, it's a lot of them, so it will take some time to go through them. But let's just go through one by one. So this is not intended to be an apologetic thread. I'm not looking to win support from people in the trenches. We don't deal directly with people in the trenches. We certainly trade with them either on DeFi or CeFi, but basically he's just making this thread so people can understand what's going on, but he doesn't want to win your opinion one way or another. Reality is, according to him, many people are retarded and they make money, obviously. They are not charitable organization, and they make money from uninformed flow of money, uninformed flow of capital. So they basically try to make money when markets are inefficient. That's their business model. So they're not really complaining, but they just find this funny. And he's saying here, also worth noting that I have enjoyed my time on Twitter, and he wants to actually troll people as well. So he says, I generally enjoy trolling, being trolled and being mentioned and at different snapshots. But he decided to share his opinion here. So let's go on and read further, because it actually explains all of their business here. So our core business is trading digital assets. As such, we are very much interested not just in extracting as much as possible from various opportunities in the market. So he is admitting that they do exploit opportunities, obviously. This shouldn't be a surprise to anyone, but they also have a stake in that this space continues, evolves, and grows. So obviously that makes sense as well. Why would they want to be in crypto if they don't want crypto to continue to grow? So they have been investing in crypto since 2020, and they do have exposure with crypto that oscillates between 20 and 30% of their net equity. So most of the time they actually hold stable coins. I think so. So the notion that we have any interest in crypto going down is therefore very unserious. With various negative events such as Luna crash, 3AC collapse, and FTX bankruptcy have been a net negative for us. Making money from these short periods of volatility did not offset losing on long-term positions in the midterm, as well as market basically being dead for prolonged periods of time. Again, all of this really makes sense from my perspective as well. So what do they do? Their core business is DeFi, CeFi, and over-the-counter trades, basically off-chain trades that they facilitate between big whales or big exchanges. So he explains all of these different business ventures that they do. First off is CeFi. So what they do there is they provide liquidity on different CeFi platforms. So they try to keep the prices stable between the platforms. So they move money between Binance to Gate.io to Coinbase to back from Kraken to Bitvavo and all the other exchanges. It's good business when it's busy. So on a market crashes, it's good business. And also when markets are exotic, that's also good business. So the more volume there is, then it's good business for them. They make money from the spreads between the prices on different exchanges. It's not great when it's a bear market, when volatility is low. So that basically screws their money flow when the markets have no volatility. So they do also run taker strategies, of course. So he admits to some of these accusations. So they go to the market and they basically make a market buy order. So they simply buy the asset at a price, but they also, whenever they do this, most of the time they try to sell it immediately at the same time on another exchange. So that's what they do with CeFi. DeFi, he says it's a bit more diverse, but they do run liquidity provisions on different platforms through 1inch Bebop and Jupiter. So they arbitrage the automated market maker pools like Uniswap. So DeFi swaps that most of my viewers probably know about. They also run liquidations on Aave and Morpho. I don't know what this actually means. What does it mean that they do liquidations on Aave and Morpho? So let me know in the comments if you understand what this actually means. But anyway, that's what they say here. Finally, OTC trades. They trade with a wide range of counterparties. Most of the time, they try to scale OTC with tech and not with individual people. But all these activities are very much delta neutral, meaning that they don't take side trades. So they don't bet long, they don't bet short. And he explains later on why that is the case. We will get to that very, very soon. But OTC trades, he says that they might take longer down, they may take longer time to actually close down because they don't know when exactly the counterparty closes the trade, but they try to close those trades also in delta neutral way eventually, so that they can make money on the spread. So what you don't see mentioned here is discretionary position taking, meaning they don't go long or short most of the time. So we are not taking months long positions like Alameda Research did with customers' capitals, obviously. They do take small bets here and there though. But vast majority of our discretionary plays are actually longs and not shorts, so they don't bet on market crashes. So why don't they actually short the markets? The reason is very simple. The markets can stay irrational way longer than our preferred holding period is. So it's not uncommon to see tokens go up 100% or 500% in a week on a complete bullshit reason. So that makes shorting a very risky business. So if you short an asset, the downside risk for shorting is that if the asset goes up in price just 2x, you lose all of your capital. But if you long an asset, the asset can go to zero and you lose all of your money. But if the asset drops price in half, you only make plus 50% on your capital. So shorting is much, much more riskier than longing. You have to understand that whenever you short and long, that shorting is much more riskier than longing. So anyway, that's why they typically don't do shorting. And he says he personally doesn't know anyone outside maybe Shkreli that is good at making short plays. Now, more specifically, why prices are going down. First reason he says is macro. So before you actually look at another dumb Marty Party post, he calls Marty Party dumb, the guy we referred to before, you have to basically zoom out and look at what actually was going on. So what happened in this crash particularly is when you take a look at ES and NASDAQ futures on CME, there were two cases that happened basically simultaneously. We had the rise of DeepSeek that threatened the AI industry of USA. And then there was the trade wars that Trump initiated with Canada and with Mexico. Both of those trade wars, at least for the next 30 days, have been resolved so far, and the markets did not actually go down as much as I thought. But during the weekend, when this FUD was basically rampant, the crypto markets were open, whereas traditional markets were closed. So people were betting via crypto that the traditional markets would actually close and start completely crashing. So the market makers, or the people who wanted to bet on markets crashing, they did so on crypto assets. So Nasdaq was going down, Bitcoin was going down. That means Solana was going down, and Fartcoin was going to go down as well. That's his reasoning for what's going on. But if people still choose to believe in Wintermute plus Binance conspiracy, then good luck on that. And supply and demand. It might come as a shock, but prices go up when there are more buyers than sellers. So if your token doesn't go up, it could simply mean that nobody wants to buy it. So in these cases, when suddenly more sellers come to the market, that can mean that prices start to crash. And who was the sellers that came into the market? He first said that it was the macro reason that people really wanted to short the market or sell the market before markets open on Monday. So that was the case for markets basically crashing over the weekend. So with market makers being on the market, so when Binance or another exchange lists your token and Wintermute and other market makers basically start showing bids and offers trades in bigger sizes than before, it suddenly means that there's more liquidity on the market. And when there's more liquidity on the market, that makes it easier for anyone to sell and rotate their assets into something new and shiny. This is why when Binance lists a coin, it can actually crash in price because suddenly bigger trades are possible. So if a player with a large amount of capital wants to crash the market, they can do so now when there's more liquidity after a token has been listed on an exchange. So that's his reasoning there. One nuance is that actually I don't want to read this because this is practically doesn't it doesn't concern us. So anyway, going further here, to finish off, they don't hunt for stop losses. Maybe we should, but he says that it is quite risky. So, and they've done well without it. Then they also say that they don't manipulate the prices. First, we don't know where the price is going to go. And B, our core business is valuable enough. They don't want to do stupid illegal shit. He says he lives in London and he likes to travel to United States. He doesn't want to go to live in Dubai. So he doesn't want to basically do anything illegal that would compromise his life because he's already making money doing these market maker deals with his company. Their on-chain activities are easily explained. These are simply transfers, just moving inventory between exchanges that ran out of inventory. So during a volatile time, there's a high demand for all of these exchanges to have liquidity. So he's balancing the liquidity between exchanges and obviously benefiting from the arbitrage between CeFi and DeFi and trying to supply liquidity basically where they can make money from. And this is concerning some FUD that happened with Luna, doesn't regard us here. And then finally, he simply says that he reserves the right to continue making inconsiderate jokes about charts being destroyed. So he will continue to troll people. He will continue to engage in X or Twitter or whatever. Sorry to my compliance department. So all in all, when you look at this situation, this market crash here, the blame probably, when I look at the information that Marty Party shared, which in my opinion, it was simply false when I look at it objectively, and then what the CEO of Wintermute is responding with, I feel like the CEO of Wintermute is much more accurate here. So I tend to side with Wintermute here. I don't think this market crash was caused by Wintermute and these different market makers. I think it's simply because crypto markets were open, whereas traditional markets were closed. So people came in and wanted to sell the news through crypto, wanted to short the markets through crypto. And because a lot of liquidation levels were met, that caused a cascading event where the longs had to sell their orders through liquidations. And when that happens, the price has to basically liquidate everybody who had a large leveraged long or even like a 2x longs. A lot of them got completely wiped out as well. So now obviously there's not a lot of liquidations anymore in the market. So let's see where the price starts to trend from here. But this was the largest liquidation event on the planet, and I don't think it was caused by Wintermute and other market makers. Now, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you want to trade these markets, if you want to risk getting liquidated, if you want to short, if you want to long, in my opinion, the best exchange on the planet is Bybit.com. And I am affiliated with them. They are a sponsor of this channel. So if you use my affiliate link below, you can get 500 USDT position airdrop when you sign up using my link in the pinned comment below. And you can get 10% discount for your first 30 days. And you're also eligible for an extra $30,000 in welcome rewards on Bybit.com when you use my link below as well. But when you long, when you short, there's high risks. Mostly is the best idea to actually invest through spot trading. You can also do that with Bybit.com. But the best feature with Bybit is obviously the demo trading account where you can trade the markets with fake money. So you can practice trading, you can go long, you can go short, you can do anything you want here, but you are not risking your capital with the demo account. You can do that with Bybit.com. Thanks for watching this video. I will see you on the next one. Thanks for watching and bye-bye.